Hey everyone, sveiki visiem. How are you? Kā jums klājas? I hope everything is good and sero kā viss kārtībā. So, hey, as promised, I was going to do a video in how I learned to kind of hopefully improve or at least get in the door with myself learning the Latvian language. So, how did this all begin? So I would say probably about a year ago. I was trying and struggling, as it was probably well documented on in my Facebook group that I've been running for those who don't know. I've been running a Facebook group for a long time, and it was very well documented for my struggles with learning the Latvian language. But I had an idea, and I've been asking people who I know and just get other advice, like how am I supposed to kind of improve because I'm not getting anywhere. And I'd done classes and all that stuff, but I was talking to this one person online in my group, and they said, "Have you tried translated literature?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, but could I try?" Um, and so they recommended this, and they said it might be helpful. So I asked actually. I had books sent to me from family, and in the pile of books, two of them was like the same book in English and Latvian. I thought, how about if I do something with that? Like, could I read what's inside the English one and then look in the Latvian one and see if there's any kind of matches? And obviously, everything's going to be the same. No. But, so I had this idea, and I sat down and read the books and kind of tried it, and trial and error. I just got frustrated and just so then I tried again, and I ended up doing this formula, and this is how that I've been doing it. And if I can get this in this video, this will be brilliant. So hopefully, as you can see here, you can see the page that of a book that I'm currently reading at the moment. So that is called Still Me by Jojo Myers. I will type it in the screen annotation or put it somewhere. Basically, I just look through this page, and then in this book, I do find the word in English is mom. So I basically go to the Latvian version of the book, but I actually highlight the the um the ah the word. Then, as you can see here, even though the video is starting from the bottom of the page, it's actually working upwards. And so the first kunse is there, and that's where I am, where I want to find the word. And so that is how basically I do it. So once I found each word, then I go on to the next word or phrase. And actually, the next phrase was advainojiet. So, or advainojiet. So I count, this is how I do it. I actually count the full stops and or question marks of the till the next phrase. So how I do it is it's a bit kind of, you have to be very persistent and very kind of but it does get easier. And so I will kind of say my tips in how I improve my Latvian with books. So here it goes. The first tip is find a book which is obvious that you enjoy. So I've been recommended, as I've said in previous vlog entries or blog entries, that I've read children's books and even they're like, huh? So in my case, that I found it was find a book in English that you really enjoy and you could read it 1,000 times over. And so that's what I did. And then go to obviously a translated department of the website. So I will kind of put the websites below and yeah, and see if there's a similar book of what you want basically. The first tip is find a book which is obvious that you enjoy. So I've been recommended, as I've said in previous vlog entries or blog entries, that I've read children's books and even they're like, huh? So in my case, that I found it was find a book in English that you really enjoy and you could read it 1,000 times over. And so that's what I did. And then go to obviously a translated department of the website. So I will kind of put the websites below and yeah, and see if there's a similar book of what you want basically. So then I think this is the last tip, I think. Um Basically it's just a lot of reading in one book and then in your chosen language book and then going to the Latvian book and then just kind of seeing where things are positioned. So remember to highlight where your phrase was so that you can see in relation to where it is. Sometimes it could be there and sometimes not, but 9 times out of 10 it is translated. But there's one thing that I've learned that also, actually there is more. Um, some people may disagree with me about this, but this is also how I do this. I also use a translator. Oh my god. Bruh. Um, I do, but I only use the translators. I actually use a translator called Deep L. Deep L is absolutely brilliant. It can get it quite accurately. So there have been times when it's the same as the English one, so it would translate like what was translated from English into Latvian. So sometimes it could be a carbon copy of the English one, of the English version of the same book that you're reading, or it could be like, hey, like, I don't know. But if there's one thing that I've learned from doing this approach, that not every single phrase is going to be the same. And it's not about seeing about the wording is accurate. It's about the meaning and the intention of what is being said. Because like there could be like a couple of added words in there which weren't in the Latvian one. So like, could I still do this? And then also, um also, if you are stuck, always ask a native. Always ask a native speaker if this would make sense, because that is important. Because that is the person that you're going to be speaking to. Not that actual person, but like people of that country that you're going to speak to. So always remember to kind of always check and check and check and check before you go to a native. But don't go to a native like every single time, because that's quite annoying. But if you're really stuck, and because as you can see on my Facebook group page and in this video, I do take photographs of the pages that I'm on, and I highlight the sentence that I'm stuck with. And if you can speak it in Latvian or in your chosen language, then that's great. If not, say it in English. And then, because you're asking a question, not kind of assuming anything, hopefully you'll be around people who are very supportive and patient and who'll be completely understanding. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm very, very grateful for the support that I've had over the years. And so now I've been doing that. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I feel that my comprehension with reading just generally has gotten a lot better, because I have my own challenges with reading, and it's helped me a lot. And so having to deal with that is just amazing. So having to overcome with that is amazing. And last of all, which I didn't really say, if you're getting, well, I've been mainly using some books and ebooks and whatever. But if you're using a book, always get a bookmark, because I'm now reading Spanish. Yeah, Spanish. I know, crazy, right? And basically, I do the same thing. And like this book, I've been using this book. So basically, I just look in the book and I use this as like a helper to kind of read. So okay, if I can change this round, then I can. Okay, this is quite hard. So I, for example, go down to about here and say, okay, I want to do like this phrase. Okay, so I'm basically wanted to find out about the phrase, yes, I didn't think of that. So then I go on to the other page in Spanish, and then I try to find where that phrase is. So I count it down to, there's 2 full stops. So 2 full stops, and then I find it here, about here. So that's there. And then I go into Deep L in order to kind of find out what it is, and then hey presto. And so anyway, that's pretty much a roundup of what I've been kind of doing. So I didn't want to go on for too long. This is kind of, tips whether if you want to use this or not. And so I hope this is useful for you if you want, because actually I have a little bit more tips if anybody wants to know more. So just let me know in either in YouTube or in my Facebook group or whatever, and I will kind of let you know. So anyway, thank you for watching and see you. And so ata, bye, utrezeșanoas, and so see you in the next video possibly. Okay, see ya. Bye. Yes.